He does big damage. It's good to know. Alright, hello YouTube. This is me, the Shmojo. And this is being recorded live on Twitch. And these are my live impressions of what I think of Albedo. These are first impressions. They can change as I learn more about him, but we're going to go through his stuff and figure him out. Watch him turn that into... Oh, look, he did it. He freaking did it. Look at him. Okay, so let's go over his talents first. Okay, so this is his first ability. It looks like it scales off defense, which I think a lot of his stuff does. Is it just this scales off defense? Yeah, it seems like it. Okay. So they have him at level 8 abilities, which is, I think, pretty high. So as Ashton was saying, it basically, you want to make sure before you use his ultimate, you have his elemental skill down. Before you use his burst, you have his skill down. Tecton Untidated and Fatal Blossom damage will not generate transient blossoms. That's fine. Okay. Transient generated by so blossoms deals for 25% of HP. Okay, so if they are less than 50% HP, it's going to deal 25% more damage. It's fun. Using the right predator, using his ultimate or his burst, increases the element's mastery of all nearby party members by 125 for 10 seconds. Okay. And then Flash of Genius when Albedo crafts web. Oh yeah, this is the same thing as Sucrose's, which is really good. Okay, let's give him a shot. So I think the idea, right, is you put that down. Wow, that does seems to do pretty good damage. And then, like, anytime they take damage, they're gonna get hit by some extra geo damage as long as they're within, like, this area. Oh, he's got his ultimate already. So let's take a look at what that does. Oh wow, yeah, that's some good explosion. And he's already got his ultimate back again. That's crazy.
Moments of birth.
And it's back again. That's ridiculous. That is wonderful. And it seems to last a very long time.
Moments of birth.
But it seems like it's a really big AoE, so it's like good for big groups of mobs. So it's gonna be a DPS, so dungeons and also camps are gonna get obliterated. Yeah, he's gonna do a really good job. Like the more monsters, the better, because this AoE is huge. And being able to do that all the time is really nice. Let's keep playing with him.
Witness my great undertaking.
Oh, interesting. Did you notice we did not get a whole bunch of energy back?
Coming to be. Moments of birth.
Maybe didn't count the flower. Maybe. Yeah, it seems like that might be the case. Yeah, probably a glitch. Yeah, I think so too. He seems amazing for energy recharge. Yeah. Yeah, I think two things. Two things to note. First, they're running them with the weapons that they give you energy. Recharge the Favonius sword. What kind of crit rate are they running? 50% crit rate. So half his abilities are critting. At level 80 with 1300 attack, actually isn't that much attack. But they do have his talents up to 8, which is quite a bit. But yeah, see how we're like doing that little flower on him? It's basically while he's in this AoE, he's taking bonus damage. Ow! Stop.
Witness my great undertaking.
If you're inside the flower range, you kind of get repeat ults. Yeah, it seems like it. Bet he's good with Razor. Yeah, he would be. I mean, he's the type of character, right? He's a DPS support, so he throws this down, and if you have ultimate, activate it. If not, switch to your other character, dealing your damage. You're getting the procs. Because I mean, this thing lasts forever, and it takes 4 seconds for you to be able to put down another one. So overall, I think this guy's a really good DPS support. I think he would complement a lot of teams. Not to mention, he would also be it looks like you're dealing more damage. Not to mention, you're also getting the Geo thing, which means you're getting shields, right? Which means your team's going to be safer.
Moments of birth.
Well, he's a support DPS. Like he's basically running both teams. Like both. He's basically acting as a support and as like a support DPS. Like he's keeping you alive, right, with his shields, while also simultaneously like doing a lot of damage, like passive damage where he doesn't have to be on the field to be doing. He can be your main DPS. I mean, could he be a main DPS? Yes, I don't see why he couldn't be a main DPS. But he's never going to be like as strong as like, you know, like Duluc or Kaching. He's destroying those slimes, but it's also kind of weighed in his favor. Right? Like, they pick these enemies on purpose.
Moments of birth.
Like, a whole bunch of weak slimes. Like, I can't think of a lot of characters that are going to have problems with these slimes.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
The only scary one is possibly this big ice boy. Like he's, and then the final one, the final guy we fight. Yeah, it's nice. I honestly think his best form is like, you're dealing damage, right? You bring him out, you ult, you switch back, and you're dealing lots of damage, AoE damage. Like, I think that's his best form. I think his best form is as a DPS support. And you're going to notice a huge uptick in both survivability and DPS. Because he's dealing damage while not on the field. Like, it's like a big AoE, right? Where every time they get hit from anybody's attacks, they're taking that Geo damage. How much damage is it? %214% of his his defense. Yeah. No, that's ridiculous. You just stack defense on this guy. That's all you do. Like, his elemental burst is nice, but really, like, because that's going to be scale off attack, right? But really, his real power, like his strong power, his burst makes him a DPS. I mean, theoretically, if you focus on his burst, right? Okay, so you take, so you take the, where is it? Take the Archaic Petra, 15% geo damage bonus. You take this, right? And you combine it with Noblesse is what you want. Or 20% elemental burst damage. Yeah, you want the Noblesse Oblige. I don't know how to say this. Oblige. This is what you would want. You'd want that, so that your ultimate's hitting even harder. Just by how other characters are built, that's what I'd probably recommend. It's just that, those two sets. If you wanted to make them DPS. If you wanted to go the build that I recommend, I would do the geo damage still, right? But I would focus on the elemental skill damage. Yeah. Either way, I would focus Geo, because a lot of his damage, you're going to find a lot of his damage isn't in his auto attacks. It's in his E. His E does a lot of his elemental skill. This is where his damage is. This Transient Blossom is ridiculous. And your auto attacks aren't going to hit very hard because you have two choices, right? You can focus auto attacks, which if you focus auto attacks, you can focus if you want auto attacks. So if you want physical damage on him, you can focus auto attacks and his ultimate. Like, you could focus attack as his main thing. Or you can go the defense route, which is like the safe, like the supporty route. But even if I was to go an attack route with him, like I wanted to build attack and make his ultimate hit like a monster truck, because that's a lot of elemental burst damage. So like, this is how I would play him. It's just like, put him on the field, activate that stuff. We're still getting the geo damage, right? We're getting that crystallize. And then I see his ultimate's ready. I refresh his thing, and then I shoot it out. See how those crystal? Those are the flowers, those petals, and they just go in like a big AOE. That's why you don't get all of them. And that's only in a single target situation. And like an AOE one like that, like it's not a big deal. You're gonna get a lot of damage out of them. But look, I'm just dealing so much damage, and like it's so safe too. Like you'll notice, like I haven't lost any health. But no, in conclusion, I think he's a very strong DPS support. Okay, thank you for watching. You can follow me over on twitch.tv/ishmojo, and we do stuff there all the time.